Did you know that there is a culture that has managed to create such an efficient system of organization that clutter simply doesn't happen? I'm talking about the Eastern habits that keep homes always spotless, without excessive effort, and without that weekend rush to tidy everything up. If you're tired of spending hours cleaning and organizing, only to see the mess return in a few days, this video will completely change your perspective on home organization. What I'm going to show you today isn't just about cleaning, it's about real-life principles that, when applied correctly, create a routine so natural that you won't even realize you're keeping everything organized. Imagine never again having to dedicate an entire day to tidying up your house, or never again feeling embarrassed when someone unexpectedly shows up at your door. These 7 habits I'm going to share are based on an ancient philosophy that prioritizes simplicity, functionality, and peace of mind. If you don't learn these techniques, you'll continue to be stuck in this endless cycle of clutter and organization that consumes your time and energy. But if you apply what I'm going to teach you, your home will become a sanctuary of tranquility and order. Stay until the end, because the last habit is the most powerful of all and can transform not only your home, but your entire mindset about how to live more simply and efficiently. Tip 1. Always keep everything in its place. The first revolutionary habit is simple but powerful. Every time you pick something up, put it back in exactly the same place it came from. It seems obvious, but most people pick up an object, use it, and then leave it somewhere, creating little pockets of clutter that snowball into chaos. This principle solves the biggest problem with clutter: the gradual accumulation of misplaced items. When you pick up a pair of scissors to cut something, they go back into the kitchen drawer. When you take off a coat, it goes straight to the closet or hanger. When you finish reading a book, it goes back on the shelf. There is no middle ground or putting it off for later. To put this into practice, start by choosing a room in your house and assigning a specific place to each item you use regularly. A mug always goes back in the same cupboard, keys always go on the same hook near the door. The remote control has its fixed place on the coffee table. During the first week, you will need to constantly monitor yourself, but after that, it will become automatic. The transformation is amazing. Within a few days, you'll notice that you no longer have to look for where you left things because they're always in the same place. Your home will always look organized, without that feeling of chaos growing. Best of all, you'll save time and mental energy because you no longer have to remember where you put each item. This habit alone can reduce the time you spend looking for things around the house by 80%. Tip 2. The 1-minute rule. The second habit is a golden rule. If something takes less than a minute to do it immediately. Don't put it off. Don't write it down on your to-do list. Don't put it off. Do it right now. This simple rule prevents small tasks from piling up and turning into mountains of work. The problem that this habit solves is the procrastination of small actions. You see a dirty dish in the sink and think, "I'll wash it later." You find a piece of clothing on the floor and decide, "I'll put it away later." You realize that the trash can is full and say, "I'll change the bag in a little while." These small decisions to postpone create a mental and physical overload that makes the house chaotic. In practice, it works like this. You finish eating and see your plate is dirty. Instead of leaving it in the sink, you wash it immediately because it takes less than a minute. You find a sock on the floor in your room and put it in the right place right away. You see that the table has crumbs and quickly wipe it down. You realize that the trash can in the bathroom is full and change the bag immediately. The benefits are transformative. First, you eliminate the feeling of always having something pending to do. Second, you prevent small problems from becoming big tasks. Third, you keep your home looking presentable without any concentrated effort. It's as if you have an invisible cleaner working constantly. At the end of the day, when you look around, everything is in order, and you don't even remember having cleaned the house. Maintenance happens naturally, without burden or obligation. Tip 3. less is always more. The third habit is revolutionary. Keep only what you actually use and love. Anything that is unnecessary, duplicated, or rarely used should go from your home. This principle solves the root problem of clutter. Too many things competing for the same space. The bottom line is that it's impossible to keep a space full of objects organized. When you have 3 kitchen knives but only use one, the other 2 just take up space and create confusion. When you have 10 t-shirts but always wear the same 5, the other 2 just get in the way when it comes to choosing clothes and organizing your closet. To apply this philosophy, start by taking an honest look at your belongings. Take each category of item in your home and ask yourself, do I really need this? When was the last time I used it? Does it bring me joy or is it just a burden? Be careful about your selection. Keep only 1 or 2 of each essential item. 1 good frying pan is better than 3 bad ones. 1 quality coat is more useful than 5 that you never use. The results are impressive. With less stuff, you spend much less time organizing and cleaning. Your choices become easier because you have fewer options, but they are all good. Your home looks cleaner and more spacious. You develop a greater appreciation for the objects you own because each one has a real purpose in your life. Best of all, you feel free. You are no longer a slave to your possessions, but rather the master of a space that truly works for you. Now, before I continue, I want to ask you a very special favor. If you are enjoying these tips and want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. That way, you won't miss anything I post here. And tell me in the comments where you are watching this video from. I love knowing which corner of the world you are watching from. Now let's move on to the next tip, which is one of the most transformative. Tip 4. 5-minute daily cleaning. The 4th habit is to dedicate just 5 minutes a day to a quick but effective general cleaning. This is not a deep cleaning, but a daily maintenance that prevents dirt and clutter from accumulating. These few minutes a day replace hours of heavy cleaning on the weekend. The problem this solves is the tendency to let cleaning pile up until it becomes a chore and a chore. When you only clean on the weekends, the dirt has time to set in, the mess grows exponentially, and you end up spending hours trying to get it back in order. This creates a negative relationship with cleaning, making it a chore. In practice, choose a fixed time of day, preferably at night, and dedicate 5 minutes to a general round. Wipe down the main surfaces, quickly put away any objects that are out of place, tidy up the sofa cushions, put dirty clothes in the hamper, and do a general visual sweep of the rooms. The secret is to be quick and efficient, not a perfectionist. The benefits are extraordinary. Your home always maintains a basic level of organization and cleanliness without ever reaching the point of chaos. You wake up every day to a pleasant and welcoming environment. The feeling of control over your space significantly improves your quality of life. Plus, when you need to do a deeper clean, it is much quicker and easier because there is no heavy dirt buildup. It's like doing preventative maintenance on a car. Small, constant care prevents major problems. Tip 5. A place for every activity. The 5th habit is to designate specific areas for each type of activity in your routine. Each function in the house has its own delimited space, and you don't mix activities in inappropriate places. This solves the problem of functional disorganization, where objects of different uses mix together and create confusion. This principle solves the problem of spreading activities throughout the house. When you eat in the living room, work in bed, store clothes in the kitchen, or use the dining table as an office, it creates a chaotic overlap of functions that makes it impossible to maintain organization. Each room loses its identity and purpose. To implement this, clearly define the function of each space in your home. The dining table is for meals only. The bed is for sleeping and resting only. The work desk is for professional activities or studies only. The kitchen is for cooking and eating. When you need to do something, Go to the appropriate place and take only the necessary materials. The results are transformative. Each room in your home works optimally for its purpose, making your activities more efficient and enjoyable. You develop a more focused mindset because each space induces a specific mental state. Organization becomes natural because each object has a logical home based on its function. Your mind also becomes more organized because you associate each room with its corresponding activity, creating healthier and more productive routines. Tip 6. Ritual of preparation for tomorrow. The sixth habit is to spend 10 minutes every night preparing for the next day. This includes organizing your clothes, preparing your work materials, getting the kitchen ready, and doing a general check of your home. This nightly ritual will help to eliminate morning chaos and clutter. The bottom line is that when you wake up in the morning without any prior preparation, you have to make a lot of decisions quickly while you're still sleepy. This leads to hasty choices, forgetfulness, and leaving the house in a mess in the rush to get out the door. Morning stress spills over into the rest of the day and contributes to poor organizational habits. In practice, establish a simple but consistent nighttime routine. Before going to bed, choose and set aside your clothes for the next day, including shoes and accessories. Organize your bag or backpack with everything you will need. Clean the kitchen and prepare breakfast. Take a final look at the main rooms and put away anything that is out of place. Mentally prepare your schedule for the next day. The benefits are impressive. Your mornings become calm and organized because you have already made the most important decisions for the day in advance. You always leave home with everything you need, avoiding forgetfulness and rushing around. Your home maintains a constant level of organization because you never let clutter accumulate overnight. Best of all, you sleep more peacefully, knowing that you are prepared for the next day. And you wake up more energized because you don't have to solve practical problems while still half asleep. Tip 7. Gratitude for your objects. The seventh and final habit is the most profound of all. Developing a relationship of gratitude and respect for your belongings. Treat each item in your home as if it were an ally that is there to make your life easier, not as a burden that you have to tolerate. This change in mindset will completely transform your relationship with organization and cleaning. The problem this solves is the negative relationship many people develop with their belongings and home maintenance. When you view cleaning as a chore and your belongings as a chore, you create an internal resistance that makes everything harder. You procrastinate, feel overwhelmed, and develop a victim mentality. To apply this principle, start by changing your perspective on each organizational action. When you put away clothes, think of it as taking care of something that protects you and makes you feel good. When you wash the dishes, recognize that you are taking care of the utensils that allow you to prepare nutritious food. When you organize your work desk, see it as an act of caring for the space that allows you to be productive. The transformation is profound and lasting. You begin to enjoy organizing activities because they become acts of self-care and gratitude. Your home becomes a reflection of the love you have for yourself and your quality of life. You develop a greater awareness of what really matters in your life, keeping only objects that have real value to you. The end result is a home that is not only organized, but that exudes peace, balance, and well-being to everyone who enters it. Before I move on to the next tip, I want to tell you about something special I prepared for those who want to go beyond this video. It's a complete guide with organization secrets that completely transformed my home and can transform yours too. The link is in the pinned comment, and for a limited time, I'm offering a special discount for channel subscribers. Now let's continue with the next tips, which are some of my favorites. Now you know the 7 habits that can completely transform your relationship with home organization. These aren't just cleaning techniques, but a philosophy of life that prioritizes simplicity, functionality, and peace of mind. When you apply these principles consistently, your home will become a sanctuary of tranquility where you truly enjoy being. Remember that change doesn't happen overnight. Start by implementing one habit at a time, giving each one time to become second nature before adding the next. The most important thing is consistency, not perfection. Even if you slip up every now and then, the important thing is to get back to good habits without beating yourself up. These principles go far beyond organizing your home. They develop discipline, mindfulness, and a mindset of care and gratitude that will be reflected in all areas of your life. An organized home is a reflection of an organized mind, and an organized mind can create a fuller, more satisfying life. Now, I want to know from you, which of these habits are you going to start implementing today? Tell me in the comments which tip made the most sense for you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take the opportunity to subscribe now and activate notifications, because I always bring content that can transform your quality of life. Your organized home and your peace of mind will thank you.